water wipes. They say they're just 99.9% water and a drop of grapefruit seed extract. But what's in water wipes? If you flip the pouch and lift up the flap, you'll notice it also contains something called benzalkonium chloride. According to the FDA, it's commonly used as an antimicrobial agent in hand sanitizers and antiseptic wipes. This statement from 2019 found that there is insufficient evidence to conclude that benzalkonium chloride is safe and effective for use in hand sanitizers and antiseptic wipes. So I was really curious to see if I could find it in water wipes. In lab, I extracted a water wipe with methanol, shook it up, and let it sit for 10 minutes. I used commercially available benzalkonium chloride and off-the-shelf grapefruit seed extract powder for comparisons. After diluting the samples in methanol, they were loaded onto the autosampler and injected into a Waters LCT Premier mass spectrometer. So let's process and analyze the data. I first ran a blank to tell us about the background contaminants from the instrument. You can see a mix of peaks down low, but the overall intensity is low also, so there's not much happening there. Then I ran the grapefruit seed extract. We see a lot of interesting peaks in here, but in a future video, I'll do some untargeted metabolomics to try to figure out what they are. This spectrum will serve as a nice reference for when we look at the water wipe sample. Next, I ran the commercial benzalkonium chloride. We see a few prominent peaks coming from variants of benzalkonium chloride that only differ by the length of the hydrocarbon tails. One interesting thing here is that there appears to be some small amounts of benzalkonium chloride that was incompletely hydrogenated, but either way we see strong clear peaks that in the water wipe signal we expect to see if there is benzalkonium chloride actually in it. Let's take a look at the water wipe sample. First, the injection peak looks pretty ugly. This smear is fairly characteristic of a polymer like polyethylene glycol. Sure enough, when we look at the spectrum, we see the characteristic rainbow of the PEG polymer series. We also see intense peaks coming from benzalkonium chloride. We don't see anything that appears to come from the grapefruit seed extract, but we probably could have predicted that because a single drop of grapefruit seed extract, unless it's super concentrated, is probably insignificant. So in the end, there is definitely a bunch of benzalkonium chloride in water wipes. My next challenge is to figure out how much is actually in there.